KTNC.
Thank you. If there's anything ever I could do for you, just let me know.
Only on 13 Action News, that message to an unknown hero a lucky man is trying to track down.
Tonight he wants to find the mystery person who gave him a second chance at life. 13 Action News reporter Tom George has the story.
This is the last place Henry Clay remembers anything before that crash. He says if it weren't for that Good Samaritan, he would have died just an exit away from his house.
Oh, you dropped it. Where'd it go?
The fact that Henry Clay is standing right now,
Where is he?
the fact his family is celebrating his welcome home is a miracle.
I don't know what my purpose is for being here, but I guess I'm not done yet.
Tuesday night, he was driving home near the 95 in Durango.
And next thing I remember, waking up in the hospital. Arm in a cast, sore all over, face kind of hurting. And
his wife got a call. Her husband was rushed to the hospital.
I saw the lights right coming out of our neighborhood, and I knew it was bad.
Bad enough that this is what was left of Henry's car. At one point, it was on fire, and Henry was trapped inside. And in the midst of all the chaos, someone pulled him to safety.
honestly, I'm humbled and blessed that someone out there had my best interest at heart at that moment and was able to put their differences aside and help me.
They don't know if that person was also involved in the crash or just driving by. What they do know is they want to find them so they can thank them.
No words can describe how blessed we feel because of this person, and that's it. We just want to say thank you.
Thank you from a wife, from 5 kids, their dog, and a man with a new lease on life.
It's supposed to be around for many more years, hopefully.
And I won't waste a second chance.
Tom George.
Definitely won't waste it.
13 Action News.
New at 6, an armed robbery suspect in Colorado has been arrested in connection with a local murder. Police say 19-year-old Benjamin Weeks is suspected in the death of Adriana George back in January. Weeks was initially arrested as a suspect in an armed robbery in February. He's now awaiting extradition to Las Vegas.
Chopper 13 fast and first over the airport in Jean, where they're using a crane to remove an airplane. The FAA tells 13 Action News the plane with 3 people on board came in for an unscheduled landing this afternoon and ran off the runway. No one was hurt in the landing, but we're told the pilot came in to land because someone on board felt sick. That person is now at the hospital. New developments in the death of 13-year-old Aaron Jones. In just days, his father, Paul Jones, has gone from saying he's innocent to being charged with the crime and reportedly confessing. Right now, his wife, LaToya Williams-Miley, are facing murder charges for the teen's death. 13 Action News anchor Leslie Marine is live from CCDC with more on the report detailing the teen's death and the father's confession. Leslie.
Trisha, just 2 days ago, we spoke to Paul Jones here at CCDC, where he said he was innocent. But today's police report talks about his chilling confession as to how his son Aaron died and the possible abuse the teen had faced.
I didn't do nothing to him. When the last I saw him, he was alive.
That's Paul Jones maintaining his innocence just 48 hours ago. Tonight, this police report telling a different story, explaining how Jones said he knew exactly what happened to his 13-year-old son, whose body was found in this dirt lot.
Hoping that it was something else or not a body.
In this report, Paul confesses to leaving his son's body buried underneath boulders back in February. He says they got into a fight. He slapped the teen so hard, Aaron reportedly fell to the ground and never woke up.
Paul loved his kids way too much to do anything. Praying to God that they didn't have anything to do with it, but, you know, I really don't know.
Paul's brother, Nakia Jones, believes the father did love his son, but questions why the county gave Paul custody after child abuse charges were filed against him back in 2015.
I wouldn't think CPS would put kids in harm's way and give them back to the parents if they're not, ready.
Family says Paul did complete a parenting class. The report says Paul eventually got custody of Aaron and his sister last June. That's when the father moved all 13 of his children and his wife LaToya into a 1-bedroom apartment. Paul confessed to punishing Aaron by making him stand for minutes with his arms up and an occasional pop on his behind.
We starting to realize there was signs, and we failed them too, as well as CPS.
Tonight, Paul's wife, Latoya William Miley, is behind bars for the teen's death, although there was no mention of her in Father Paul Jones's confession. Reporting live, Leslie Manning, 13 Action News.
Well, Aaron Jones's tragic death raises questions about our children's safety, especially when they're on the state's radar as potentially at risk. Contact 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears is digging deeper tonight into just how many children in the child welfare system have lost their lives.
Over 100 children die every year in Nevada from preventable causes, according to the state. The Division of Child and Family Services is required by law to collect and report incidents after a child dies or nearly dies, when abuse or neglect is suspected, or if there's a history of problems within the household. Here's what Contact 13 found from the data for 2017 so far. Not including Aaron Jones, 8 children died in Nevada this year under circumstances that mandate disclosure. 5 were girls, 3 were boys, 7 were in Clark County, and the county's Department of Family Services was involved with 5 of them. The youngest was a 13-day-old baby girl found not breathing and transported to a hospital. She died 3 days later. Child Protective Services investigated reports of neglect and abuse, plus a case remained open at the time of her death for exposure to drugs. The oldest child was an 8-year-old boy who died at a home. Abuse or neglect was not suspected in his death, but officials had looked into nearly a dozen referrals for the child or his family. Darcy Spears, 13 Action News.
New at 6, a reality TV show about the Clark County District Attorney's Office has a green light from the state Supreme Court. The court ruled unanimously that although it's unusual for the county to get royalties from a film company, Las Vegas law satisfies requirements for news reporting. The show follows DA Steve Wolfson and prosecutors and the cases they deal with. It's set to enter its 2nd season on Discovery Channel later this year.
Well, thousands of you have reached out to us about problems with unwanted guests wandering into neighborhoods. That includes the family of one of our employees who spotted something they wanted us to get to the bottom of. Take a look at this homeless camp growing outside a local business. People working near Flamingo and Arville say the homeless have been stealing water and from valves on the side of the vacant building.
They'll leave garbage laying around, or their leftover drug paraphernalia. That can be an issue.
Well, it wasn't immediately clear who owns the property, so we called the county. They say they will send out a team to check it out.
A popular grocery store is getting set to close its doors, but some loyal customers aren't giving up just yet. 13 Action News reporter Parker Collins tells us what they're planning to do about it.
People have been shopping at this Trader Joe's for more than 2 decades. In just a few weeks, the carts will all be gone and the doors closed for good.
I'm very sad about it. I won't be able to go at their new location.
Another 10 more minutes, yeah. But I'll go. It's worth it to me.
There's a Walmart and a Smith's within a mile. For those wanting Trader Joe's, the closest option is probably downtown Summerlin.
They're going to have a different clientele up there, but people aren't going to go all the way up to Summerlin, you know, just to shop at Trader Joe's.
This location certainly stays busy. Almost any hour of the day, you'll find cars in the parking lot and a line at the cashier.
Yes, and it's very busy, always. So I'm very surprised that it's closing.
Trader Joe's will open a new store in Centennial Hills this summer. For many customers, that's too far away.
I think they should keep it here. Everybody's been coming here for years.
Some people aren't taking this lying down. A rally is planned for May 1st, and in the meantime, some customers are emailing their pleas to the store, asking them to stay. Parker Collins, 13 Action News.
We all know about traffic lights switching too quickly, and it's even a bigger issue around One Valley intersection. Tonight, take a closer look at what's happening, and the reason might surprise you.
And then later, if you're looking to buy a new home, we will tell you about a new program aimed at taking away the headache of making that down payment. Brian.
Take a look at the wind for tonight. Anticipating it staying breezy out of the north, so it'll be a little cooler. Grab a jacket if you're going out later on. Tomorrow you might need a jacket to start, but by the end of the weekend, probably not, and certainly not next week. Big warm up on the way in your 13 first alert forecast just ahead.